Welcome to the course on refurbishing the transport of your Tascam 244. Let's have a look at the different stuff we're going to be covering in this course. We're going to begin by looking at the anatomy of the 244, what bit does what, give you a general understanding of how this works mechanically. Next, we're going to talk about different symptoms that you can have that would cause you to need to refurbish this, so you can link different problems with the different parts of the system. You may have one that only needs one of the rubber parts placed, or you may need to order the whole set, so it's useful to be able to link those issues with those parts. Next, we're going to look at removing the back panel of the 244 so you can access the transport. We will then move on to how to replace the control belt. That's the easiest part to replace because you don't need to remove the transport or the front panel of the machine. After that, we'll have a look at removing the transport from the chassis. You can replace the capstan belt without removing the transport. I would suggest that it's easier to remove the entire transport. Credit where credit's due. One of the ways I learned how to do this myself was from an article made by a guy called Mike Z, and he's got some diagrams up online of how to change the pinch roller and the idler tires. And he does it by removing the entire front panel. Maybe refurbished 40 or 50 of these now, and I strongly suggest that you don't go that route, that you remove the whole transport. I personally think it's much easier to change the idler tires and the pinch roller by removing the transport, so you're working on it like this one here. So I was just looking back at the footage, I realised I've missed out quite an important step, which is cleaning. Chances are, if you're following along with these tutorials, it's because you've gone on eBay or Craigslist or wherever and you've got hold of an old Tascam 244 and it's been sitting for maybe 10 years, and when you open it up, the rubber turned into a sort of tar. So after you remove the transport, but before you change the belts, etc., we'll have a look at cleaning that decomposed rubber. We'll definitely clean the magnetic heads, and if you've got a demagnetizing wand, you may as well do it with this detached. You can demagnetize the heads with the transport still in the unit, but you definitely don't want to do it with the power turned on, so you may as well do it while it's separate. We will then move on to replacing the capstan belt, and then on to replacing the idler tires, and last of all we'll replace the pinch roller.